a Louis Vuitton unboxing. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Celesta. We talk about all things luxury shopping and handbags. If you love those things, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do post videos every week. Okay, so we obviously have a Louis Vuitton unboxing, which I'm so excited about. I know this might seem like an impulse purchase, but I feel like I did a lot of research on this right before getting this. I had some credit for a store, and it was either like a use it or lose it situation, but I didn't want to spend much more than I had in credit, because then that kind of defeats the purpose of like having credit, you know, like spend money to save money, like didn't really make sense. So this purchase might seem a little impulsive. It's also not a necessary purchase by any means, but this was kind of within the budget that I had. I also did a lot of research on like which size to get, and I'll kind of explain my thought process for each of those. I'll show you guys what fits, first impressions, everything. Let's get into it. Okay, so here she is. If you follow me on other socials, you might know what this is. This is from Louis Vuitton, obviously, and I'm not gonna lie, this is not my first time unboxing this, but it's okay. So here she is. Also, if you guys didn't know, the Louis Vuitton boxes are collapsible, so in case you like to keep your boxes, they are collapsible, but do not put them inside the box for long term. Okay, so the moment of truth, or if you could read the title, this is the Nice Mini from Louis Vuitton. It is a cute little like train toiletry pouch, and I did wait for all of my accessories to arrive before filming this video so I can give you guys like a full review and everything like that. So really quickly, I wanted to talk about pricing and dimensions. So this is technically like the medium size. There is one size smaller than this, which is the Nice Nano. The Nice Nano retails in the US for $1,040. This is the Nice Mini, which retails for $1,200, and then they do have like a Color Mania one. So instead of having the vachetta handles and vachetta trim, it's like a specific color. I believe right now they have red and pink, and then, but it's kind of like a hot pink. It's not like a light pink. And then I believe in the future, in like November timeframe, they're gonna release other colors like green, blue, and like maybe some other colors, I'm not sure. Color Mania one is $50 more. They didn't actually have that one in stock, so it wasn't even an option for me. And I also just prefer gold hardware over silver hardware. And then they have one size up, which is the Nice BB. I'll leave each of the dimensions on the screen above, but I went with the Nice Mini. I'm gonna show you guys really quickly what fits in it, and then I will talk about why I chose this size, first impressions, all of it. Okay, this is all the makeup slash skincare that I pack. I don't think it's all gonna fit in here, but I did stick an organizer in here, and then I have my makeup brushes first. I usually pack 2 foundations, usually one like heavy coverage and then one like pretty light coverage, and then concealer, blush, contour, highlighter, eyebrow and lash glue, mascara, eyeliner, and a face powder. I also have my beauty blender in like a little container. I have a full-size setting spray, full-size moisturizer, and full-size like skincare products. It's everything I use to prep my face, but if we want to swap out the full-size setting spray, I can actually squeeze in my sunscreen and everything else. However, if I wanted to do this with skincare, all of these are like full-size products that do fit in this. This is usually all the skincare that I do bring on vacation. A little bit too small for all of my skincare plus makeup, but it does fit a lot. So moving over to like first impressions, why I chose this size. I did a lot of research. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I watched a lot of TikToks on size comparison between each of the styles. When I'm doing my like size comparison videos, I do try to keep the same products in the video so you can see like how much quote unquote left over that the smaller one doesn't fit, if that makes sense. And so that's what made it really hard to kind of compare the sizes, because I feel like a lot of the videos people weren't storing the same thing. And I actually had one of my followers message me and say that her sales associate, when she was trying to decide like what size to get, said the Mini is better for travel and the BB is better for storing your like makeup, skincare, you know, whatever. And that kind of like clicked with me, because I was looking at the BB size in person and I feel like it takes up so much space in your carry-on. I wanted to show you guys like what it actually looks like in a carry-on suitcase. That's usually what I travel with, especially for like shorter flights. Having the Mini in there, I still have space for everything else. And obviously watching the what fits, I'm able to fit all of my necessary makeup in this bag with room to spare. It didn't fit all of my skincare, or it's kind of like vice versa. Like I could put all my skincare in here, but then not put my makeup in here. That was kind of to be expected. I didn't kind of expect it to fit everything, but I think for the most part, I'm gonna use this for all of my makeup. And then I'm going to use like a different, like just a Ziploc bag for like the skincare, because the skincare is usually what is more likely to leak anyways. That's kind of the thought process for this. I am glad I went with this size. I think the BB size, while it would have fit all of my makeup and skincare, I think it would have been a little bit too bulky because this doesn't like compress really well. And so I think trying to squeeze it in a carry-on with all the other stuff, it would have been a little bit too bulky. So a couple things to note about the Niece Mini, or I guess any of the Nieces. So the zipper, you do require 2 hands to open it. It's definitely not an easy thing to open and close. And then inside the Niece Mini, there is only one pocket here, as you guys can see. For the Niece BB, they had a zipper pocket here, and then they also had a pocket here, I believe, and then maybe one on this side, I don't remember. But for sure, there's like a zipper compartment, and to be honest, I don't know that I would use that all that much. Like, I'd probably just store like Q-tips and like things like that in there. So not a huge loss. And then they also said that the inside of this is like wipeable, and I have a lot of makeup bags that say that it's wipeable. However, I have not been able to get out the stain. And so that's kind of why I opted to get an organizer anyways, because I didn't want to like permanently stain this and then be like, oh, it's wipeable, and then be SOL. So that was kind of the thought process for why I got an organizer. I did get the silk organizer from Zumoni. I do have a code with them if you want 20% off. And most of their organizers I do really like, and I like that I can choose the thickness for the organizer. So for some of my other organizers, I wanted a little bit more structure to it. So like, for example, my Keep Ball, I got like a 1.6 or 1.7 thickness because I wanted it to have a little bit more structure. For this, I don't need it to have the thickness and the structure. I really just want to keep the interior clean, maybe a little bit organized. So I opted for the silky one. So it's like nice and soft. This is one of their newer organizers. And then I also got the thinnest version. So this is 1.2 millimeters. So it really shouldn't take up that much space. It's really just like a liner for the bag to keep it clean in the off chance that I want to sell it in the future. So this is what she looks like shoved inside. I feel like it is truly the perfect fit. And I don't feel like it takes up that much more space. Like you can see, it doesn't have that much, like it doesn't take up a lot of room in this bag. The only thing I am worried about is the vachetta. You guys know how I feel about vachetta. It is just so delicate. The oils on your hands, water stains, you know, all of these things that very common with cosmetics and makeup and skincare is going to stain this bag. And I will spray Apple Guard on it just to protect it, but I also am just using a twilly to tie the handles for this. It's just like a little bit safer. It also adds like a pop of color. I am just using like a little Amazon twilly because I assume if I have like makeup on my hands, you know, whatever, I don't want to like reach for the twilly and then I'm staining like $150 twilly. So that was kind of the thought process. You can use whatever twilly you guys want. Okay, so final thoughts. Do you need this? Absolutely not. This is not an essential purchase whatsoever. However, I wanted to show you guys kind of like what fits in this, my first impressions, everything like that, in the off chance that you are looking for this item and wanted to see thoughts. I think this is a really fun item to add to your collection. I think it's kind of similar to the Keep All, where it's not essential by any means. Like you can have, I have free toiletry pouches, I have free cosmetic cases that I've used for years and years and years, and like those are the ones that you don't really need to care about. I have one from Drunk Elephant that I've been using for years and it's absolutely disgusting, but it's just one of those things that you don't need a baby. And I feel like this, you do need a baby a little bit more than, let's say, a free cosmetic case. I also feel like it's very similar to the Keep All. It's like not an essential purchase. It's just like a fun one to have. It's definitely not the most convenient. I've had toiletry pouches, especially from Baze. I really like, you guys know I'm a huge Baze fan. And so I feel like their toiletry pouches and cosmetic cases are very well thought out with like a brush organizer and like a removable mirror and all of this stuff. This is not one of those. I think if you're looking for a functional toiletry pouch, There's other options out there. There's cheaper options out there. I think this is more for like a little, just like a little fun unboxing, fun little flex, fun little content kind of vibe. But I hope this answers all of your questions about this. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions. I'm happy to answer them, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found this helpful. I'll leave another video for you guys here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!